Okay, I'll do the usual, will I? Because I know most of the stuff. Uh, um, Hello everybody, and welcome to Nevermind the Buzzcast number 21. We're finally an adult. Okay, and first we have, of course, we have me. I hope I'm here. I'm not some kind of disembodied spirit talking you through your ears. Uh, it's
How
me,
are we to
Stephen.
know?
Well, okay, and here in the background, another disembodied spirit. It's Evan. Hello, Evan.
Woo!
And James, who is a man and won't deal with our shenanigans.
Yeah,
I'm not a spirit. I am here in my living room or possibly at work.
I'm in here, yeah, listening to two goons freaking out spirit.
Hey, don't disparage the goons. Spike Milligan and Peter Sellers and all those other guys were awesome.
And the one that kind of did the religious program afterwards,
Hey,
Harry
Harry
Seacom.
Seacom, he
Yeah,
was awesome. It was a religious song program. I think he was more into singing. He was more into choirs.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, Spike Milligan was in that world with it. He was he was a genius and completely marching to the beat of his own drum.
Yeah, though I don't think he was as socially awkward as Peter Sellers. Peter Sellers seemed to be more like he couldn't live in the world properly,
Yeah,
where Spike could do it while still making fun of
he
everything.
didn't care. He was like, I'm here and I'm just doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Like anyone that can call like Prince Charles a groveling little git, like at an award ceremony.
Yeah,
And like, yeah, the guy's a legend.
yeah, yeah. Does he actually have that on his gravestone? I think he does. Yeah. If you don't know this, Evan, Spike Milligan wanted to have, and I think he does actually have on his gravestone. I told you I was sick.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What I loved
But
about the guy is like, he was so like in the Second World War, which he fought in, like, he was so kind of like respectful to like others.
yeah,
In his regiment, he always like, had you could hear he had fun stories about like, being with these people.
yeah. Even
You
though I
never
don't
seem
think
to
he thought
forget him.
much of it for himself, and he got PTSD, which I prefer shout talk. I just sort of prefer the action because PTSD is such like a too clinical, and people don't understand
Yeah,
it. Like it's it's like once you put a big fancy name on it, it's hard to get your head around, and it sounds like
We,
people are making it
we
up.
should all call it raving ball sacks of fire.
Yes, which
Yes.
what was my favorite Jerry Lee Lewis song. Pity you didn't get as wide a release as
is
Great
that when
Balls of
he
Fire.
was doing his Asian tour?
Yeah. I can marry younger women here.
uh, uh,
he, didn't he marry like his 16-year-old cousin?
It's like twice removed by, but like that still doesn't make it any less weird.
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, but
So
Woody
anyway,
Allen levels of weird going on.
but anything going on? Been watching any stuff or reading some comics? Apparently, James.
Yeah, rumor has it. I was reading comics.
Rumor
Comics,
has it.
yeah. I
Yeah,
was reading, call it catching up on Lazarus. I can
yeah.
like start. And actually, because you've been talking about it so pleasantly, was Rat Queens. I started reading.
Yeah, no, no. I just got the advanced copy of number 12, and it's definitely going along well. It's not dropped in any kind of quality. Like funny and engaging and action, great.
Yeah, I found out one or two like narrative jumps or something. It'd be jumping around, and I was like going like, what? It's like it goes back to something, and then just does this random drop a scene, and then go back to the actual main thrust of the story.
Yeah,
Yeah, but still, like, still an enjoyable read, and you like the characters. The characters are all like, very well defined,
yeah,
and they just can like, yeah, it's good fun.
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely recommend that to anybody. The try the the new storyline looks like it's going to be going as well. So it, and into the next the new storyline. They had to change the artists because I think
This is the third artist that's been
that's
working
the
on it
third
now.
artist, but the second artist, rather than being in some kind of weird legal debacle, is like the first artist. Allegedly, it did something. I'm not going to say anything, but he had to leave over that, and this artist had some illness problems. He's still doing his own work, but that comes out on his own schedule. So
Right.
yeah, so.
Crazy.
He's still doing the covers for Queen, so any of the covers you're seeing coming out now are still his. But
And I finished the main story mode in Arkham Knight. I'm near the end.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. How did you find it?
I have some problems with it, but overall it's quite enjoyable and very polished.
mm.
I started to resent having to get into the Batmobile, which is like I've been ranting for the last like four episodes.
Yeah,
Going,
and also like it just sounds wrong when you say that sentence. It's like I hate getting in the Batmobile.
yeah.
It just
Like
sounds
like I was
wrong.
There's a
like I
bit
was saying before.
I can't really talk about specifics, but
Yeah,
you kind of go, oh, thank God, it doesn't look like I'll be driving that thing again.
yeah,
And then like you go, crap, I'm gonna have to start driving a Batmobile, and then it's like you just feel disappointed that like it's back in the game, and you're like, oh,
uh,
Ah, there's only
yeah.
so many times you can go wee as you jump out.
it's just
Must
that
kill
the
Mo.
bits when you're
Whee!
chasing things and it drives like it's on grease,
Yeah,
like you're just so frustrated.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, I did like it, and like story didn't really surprise me because like anyone that's got some of the big kind of storylines can go, yeah, I can see where this is going.
yeah,
They
Yeah.
hyped up the Arkham Knight too much, and it's kind of like a bit, yeah, that's been done already.
yeah.
Mhm.
There is a sensation that in the story he might hang up the cowl though.
There
Uh,
is definitely that.
yeah.
They do
Well,
kind of
you know,
finish,
it's part of their version of Batman
yeah,
anyway. Like it's like
and there's the Joker. There's some Joker stuff in the game that makes sense and works really well.
yeah.
Like
No,
that
no.
part of the
I've
writing is,
seen bits and pieces there that without giving anything away.
yeah.
And it was nice that Mark Hamill came back.
Yeah,
Like Troy
he
Baker does
seems
a
to always say,
decent
"I'm not doing
Joker.
it anymore," and then something juicy turns up, and he goes, "Okay, I'll do it."
Yeah.
And I'm
Yes.
glad he's getting a
The
lot of
force is
work
strong
now.
with
He's
this.
kind of gone from out of the wilderness to actually being liked again and being popular.
Yeah. Well, I think he was working in voices for ages, and I think he's coming back with people that grew up with Batman the animated series,
Yeah.
and want to push like know that he's a good actor and he's done some good stuff.
Like
Want to
his
push him
turn in
out
the
there, like
Flash, like and reprising a kind of like a goofy version of a villain. Like
yeah,
he was really likable and kind of wacky in it, and
yeah.
not too cheesy.
Well, hopefully you get a few roles out of the returning in Star Wars, like because this
Yeah,
will be
and he
back into a big limelight rather than just the niche stuff, like
yeah, like this. It doesn't. And the thing is, it's like everyone doesn't care. Like okay, he kind of he's back in it, and it's not like a cash in. It doesn't seem like he
yeah,
was always like up for doing it, but now it looks like he'll be back for the right reasons. There'll be a good story,
yeah.
like yeah. So hopefully it'll put him back in the limelight a bit, and you'll get a lot of like good roles and show us like some good characters.
Yeah.
True.
Um, yeah, definitely. How about you, Evan? Anything doing, or are you just
Uh,
being bowled under
not
working?
not too much, just the three. Two comics this week that I've done reviewed for. That I've done reviewed. Anyway,
He's
that I
back.
reviewed for that I reviewed for the site was Pisces. Next issue of Pisces. Still really interesting. I'm really enjoying that series now.
Actually, the artist on that is one of the ones that took over from well, the colorist I think from Pisces took
From
over,
not Lumberjanes,
from
from
Pisces.
Raccoons.
Yeah, that's now the new colorist on Rockweed.
Yeah, good job. That's a
Yeah,
really nice looking comic, that one.
yeah.
Yeah, and I also did the next Discount Band. Pretty damn good as well. Really enjoying that.
I really enjoyed
The
the first
Rocket.
issue of that. Yeah, I
Yeah, yeah.
issue.
Like I just love pointing out to all the band members and thinking, oh, that's like Justin from the Darkness. That's fucking John Entwistle. That's whoever. Like it's great fun.
Yeah. I don't think any
Yeah.
of them are Justin from the Darkness. If not,
The
the
main guy is a
lead singer of
bit.
the Who, maybe, or the
Well,
lead
yeah,
singer
yeah. You're
of
right. I
of
suppose. Yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah.
or Led
But
Zeppelin.
the other
What's his
thing I
name?
saw.
Something. Well, yeah.
Um, oh, it for me now. Um, I know John Paul Jones, but it's not him. It's Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page. Yeah.
Who's
No, no.
he?
Jimmy Page is the guitarist.
Yeah.
No. No. It'll come to us. It's really obvious
Anyway,
when someone says it to
the
me.
other one, the one we should know,
The one
but
we should know.
really good
He has his
series.
own solo stuff and everything now. For God's sake. Uh.
Yeah, yeah.
Um.
But third thing, then I was telling you guys, I watched freaking Robot Overlords,
Yeah.
and I was really disappointed. It's the same director as Grabbers. If
Yeah.
you probably haven't seen it,
That
but
reminds
really
me.
good kind of low budget sci-fi Grabbers was, and this was just kind of it was a big step down. I was hoping the game would go up a bit because like fair enough, they had Ben Kingsley and Gillian Anderson in it, and they were
Hmm.
both grand. They were good, but like it was it felt really like a kids movie. There were kid actors, but you know when it really does feel like a kids movie,
Yeah.
and it just there was swearing and all. You realize who's this for really? It's just
Yeah.
not a great film.
Tonally, it's for
But
kids, but not in the way they're writing it.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
with the dialogue.
Exactly, and it's such a shame because once I got past the midpoint, it started getting really good,
Yeah.
and then it just kind of fell apart by the end again. Like,
Oh, I just hate that when there's potential. It's almost better when it's just like so bad, like you can get in
yeah,
bad into
well,
it.
if it was bad, I'd say it would have been worse. But I
Yeah.
saw like flashes of brilliance in there, and
Uh,
like I know that it was limited in budget and all, but I was hoping because Grabbers had really good for such a low budget film. Grabbers had really good CG and stuff like that. And the stuff in this just looked really bad, and it should have been much more simple and effective, like which is a shame.
mm.
But maybe the next one will be better. The next project,
You know what? I finally got around to watching the first two episodes of Fear the Walking Dead,
yeah,
and they were good. It's such a slow burn compared to the regular show. Like it's like you spend so much time getting to know these families that you meet,
yeah,
and like because the outbreak hasn't started yet, like it's like you have one attack and then you go back to like normalcy, and not everybody ignoring all the little things that are happening.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then everything goes to shit slowly. Like it's like it's good in itself. I don't enjoy it as much as the main show, but it could be good in its own way. I think this is one you're gonna have to judge on at least 4 or 5 episodes
yeah,
before you get a real idea. But it's just such a long term suspenseful thing that they're doing with it. But it's as far as comics, just there's been an awful lot of Transformer stuff in the, but I did more than meets the eye, and that is normal, brilliant. Uh,
Uh,
again on comic book we eh,
shush you.
uh,
Let him like it.
comic book resources again put on the top of their boy list. So someone likes it. Uh, and let's see. As I said, Rat Queens. I still have to read the new injection coming up. Um, finally got the fourth issue of Captara, which is actually really getting better. It's getting past its own parody. You know what I mean? It's getting good in its own right, rather than like being such a wacky concept. I think in the fourth issue, like it's got its own like comedy rather than just going, oh here, this is like us making fun of fantasy and He-Man, like it's like and these kind of things. But it was like regular comedy situations at that, and good storylines on top of it. So I think the fourth it broke the mold there a little bit. Um, and just again, Rick and Morty this week was brilliant. Have you got a chance to see that, James?
Yep.
Yeah, no, it really
Keep summer safe. That's
what?
all I can say.
Keep summer safe. Yeah,
That
that
was.
got real dark real quickly.
I did love it though. It shows you the like mad science and the dark side of what happens.
Yeah, and there was such a weird kind of like comment on religion and there was kind of an Inception thing going on as well that they were making fun of, and
Yeah,
it was like
you'll never when you change a battery, you'll never look at it the same.
yeah, we better not talk about this too much. We're giving away to anybody that hasn't seen it. Watch Rick and Morty, watch all of it.
Yeah,
And Evan, I don't think has seen it either. Uh,
I don't watch any.
well,
I can't help
we're
you
not
there,
watching
but
directly through television as usual.
yeah,
Uh,
like I know well what Rick and Morty is, and I know what it's kind of becoming and all that from just like seeing it around the internet, but I just don't watch it, so I can't comment from experience.
well, just wait and watch it in a block, and you'll thank us when you get a chance.
Yeah.
Uh, let's move on to some equally mad scientist news. First of all, I'd like to bring up what Hulk Hogan's up to because he's gone even more nuts.
Oh
Um,
dear.
Wrestling has actually gone nuts in the last 2 weeks. There's been stalkers running around with knives, attacking people in the training center. So he eventually had to be shot and arrested. Apparently
Wait.
Jimmy
I actually have to ask, real or not?
real, no
Really?
kayfabe, which is what they call a fake storyline. No kayfabe. Uh,
Yeah.
it's not a kayfabe stalker, which there was at one point, which has been a thing. Okay, but it basically this guy has got really obsessed with one of the younger trainee wrestlers. There's a smaller trainee little outfit called NXT, and now because everything is online and in the WWE network, they have their own online network now where you can watch anything you want, like and that they do all the pay per views if you're subscribed to this channel. And they've got NXT, which is basically all these trainee wrestlers, the development wrestlers, doing their own little show.
Yeah.
So rather than like giving them, they kind of create their own little show, a smaller show, and a lot of people are thinking it's better because it's so much not bogged down in all of Vince McMahon's mad ideas, and
Yeah.
the,
The further away
they're
they are
really
from Vince,
pushing
the
people,
better.
like they're really pushing each other, like rather than like someone having a favor and just too much political stuff going on, So, but they actually this lad has been roaming around with a knife at some of the shows, and apparently he almost stabbed one of the guys at the main shows. And there was a while ago, one of the other wrestlers got like a fake briefcase thrown at him. Which, if you know wrestling, there's this thing called Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
They have a match between like 6 to 10 of them, and they all have to go up the ladder to grab the suitcase,
Yeah. Yeah.
the briefcase with the contract. That means any time in the year they can just appear, if grab a referee and start an impromptu match, or if the champion is incapacitated, they can literally grab a referee and then count get on top of him and count him out. Like.
Yeah.
So it's a big thing to win every year. So there are replicas of these cases like that people like to get, like so one of them was thrown straight at someone's head in the ring.
Whoa.
Oh,
And
ow.
the basic security guy here, right? I don't know if it was the same guy, but this other guy going around with a knife, and apparently he came back to the training center at some point, and the police had to shoot him to incapacitate him. Didn't kill him, but like that's like nuts. Anyway, and then also, does anybody remember Jimmy Superfly Snuka?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, well, he's basically this high flying Hawaiian type wrestler, yeah, and his girlfriend got killed like in the 80s, and somehow he's been implicated in that murder, and he's gone to jail. He's about the same age as Rowdy Roddy Piper was. you know, in fact,
just
there's
just
a
when he
class,
thought he dodged the bullet.
yeah, he flew over from the ropes. Um, but
Uh, One
there,
thing I have been watching, sorry, just to cut in,
yeah,
that you might be interested in seeing, Stephen, is
yeah.
two best friends play on YouTube, and they had all last month was WrestleMania, where they just played all wrestling games,
All right,
and it was pretty good series. Like I watched it to the end because I watched Two Best Friends already, so
yeah,
I'd say you'd enjoy it as well because they
yeah,
just shoot the shit about wrestlers the whole time.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, one thing. We'll get back to Hulk Hogan in a second. But as you brought up, I'm watching Game Grumps a lot now because I just
Yeah,
find those two guys hilarious. I'm not even that much of a gamer anymore. But
yeah,
they had this weird game from Takara, which is a toy company, and it's kind of like Super Smash Brothers, but it has Optimus Prime, it has Megatron, it has Solid Snake in it. It has the guy from Beyblade. It has it has Castlevania Simon Belmont on it, and you can have like four people on in the game at a time trying to fight for whoever to win, like, so
yeah,
it's the weirdest thing you'd never have over here because the licensing would be incredibly hard to get. Like,
yeah.
they'd have a hard
I
time sorting out the licenses over in the West. But like, it'd be worth trying to find on an import if you were into that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Um, to get back to Hulk Hogan, he's recently been on a media tour to try to get back his good name. Um, and one thing he did say is that he would like to run with Donald Trump as his vice president.
they would go beautifully together, I feel.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're getting in trouble for racism. Donald Trump is not the horse to back on this one.
Uh,
Like,
or maybe he's the perfect one.
yeah, maybe so, maybe so. Um,
Yeah.
but
But you know
uh,
what? Like, the more I think about it these days, and the more I've thought about it for a while, the world would be that much duller without Donald Trump. Like,
it would do. I think that's the only reason why he's still in the game. Like, once it
yeah,
comes down to picking the final candidates, he'll be gone. But but people just like to watch it more than the usual, like, boring debates.
yeah, he's a better cartoon character than actual person.
What do you think, James? Would you vote for Donald Trump?
Not a chance.
But I do want to see him in the debates. They're the only political debates I'd ever want to watch. No, you're stupid and you're a loser.
Yeah, it'll all
Did you
be about how much money he makes and not
did you
that.
know I'm Batman?
Oh, that was insane.
Oh,
Kevin Conroy put a stop to that pretty quick.
Yeah, like, yeah, yeah. Anybody can lay rights to being Batman. It's Kevin Conroy.
right, yeah.
But yeah. And also now there's news that Kanye said he wants to run in 2020. I was like, no, that's not gonna happen. Your wife is a porn star, and your son is a compass. Uh,
Oh,
I saw that online. That wasn't my thing. That's like
I
northwest.
want to see his presidential debate. I'm
Yeah,
gonna let you finish.
I'm gonna
Beyonce
leave
is
you
the
finish.
best artist of all time.
He's the best senatorial candidate of all
Damn, yeah, it's like shut up.
time. You know, if I was president, I wouldn't care about black people
Oh yeah, that's it.
either.
I want my own Katrina.
I'm going. I'm going to going to FEMA and give them all basketball high top trainers, get them working on aid to, to foreign countries.
Yeah, it's the guy's just mad.
Yeah, it's like I think he only. I think he might actually be mad from those sunglasses he used to wear. You know, the ones that had the strips in them.
The one that looked like they were like looking at nuclear bomb blasts or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's how he
The
sees
Doctor
them.
Who glasses.
Yeah, they're kind of like got shades on them. They
Yeah,
got
yeah, I
like weird
remember them.
strips. It's like I think that's how he sees the world now. I think it might have skewed his brain.
Isn't it the craziest thing that he made a reference to Akira in that music video? Like,
Yeah, he's just
the world is so weird, isn't
Yeah.
it?
very
Very,
weird.
very weird
Uh,
indeed.
enough talking about these idiots. Unfortunately, this week we have lost one of the best horror directors we ever had in the form of Wes Craven, and also really clever writer and director. I can't say I have ever been much of a horror fan, but I did respect his work. Like I love Scream because that was kind of like I can get into this. It's not about like the shocks and whatever and the gore. Like it's like this is really clever dissembling of what it means to be a horror movie. And I'm sure if I went back and watched Nightmare on Elm Street right now, given what movies I come to, I'd probably find it kind of endearing.
Yeah, in a kind of corny sort of way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But like
like
when you think of it, like you have just Scream and Nightmare on Elm Street, he's kind of created two super iconic horror characters.
mm,
Like not many directors can say that. Like even like you don't get any horror directors now that do that. Usually they just come up with the one idea and then flog it to death.
mm,
The only one that can do iconic horror stuff would be something like John Carpenter with like Michael Myers and like The Thing
mm.
and like Snake.
Even he's kind of, even his stars fading a bit these days as
Oh,
well.
he's
Like,
not interested. Like he you could tell like
he's
He
the,
just wants to
he's
play his
really
keyboard and
old.
play
He's
his
kind of
80s
finished with
keyboard.
the game.
yeah, he's just not. He doesn't have the fire in his belly, and he just doesn't want the hassle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's sad to see Wes Craven like gone because if you watch The People Under the Stairs, that's a really like clever movie,
mm.
and it's very entertaining. It's kind of clever,
Did he
and like
stray away from horror that much? Because I
he
can't
did
seem to
what
remember.
Red Eye, but that kind of like started off as almost like horror, and then just became a psychological thriller,
Mm.
and it kind of
Yeah,
like
and then
lost.
it's just all out action by the end. I really like that film actually. It's really
Yeah.
good.
Well, yeah, he's like even his misfires are always kind of like somewhat interesting.
Yeah,
Like was it The Serpent and the Rainbow,
sounds familiar.
which is kind of like a zombie movie, but not kind of like your generic zombie movie. It's more about the kind of whole voodoo zombieism kind of thing, like
Yeah,
using hallucinogenics and like chemicals to kind of like zombify people. So they're not really dead, but they're kind of like suggestible, kind of like
they're
vacant
dead
people.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, he's it's sad, but like he had brain cancer, which that would be no
That's
joke.
horrible.
That's no joke, and he is a pretty good age he hit, considering. But it is a shame.
Yeah, no. And he did. Yeah, I think he looked fairly fit last time I saw him, which might be like 5 to 10 years ago. Like he looked like he might have lasted a bit longer than that had cancer not did him. Like
Yeah,
it's a horrible disease, and especially brain cancer. There's really no way that can ever turn out good. You really have to catch it like the minute it's there. Yeah,
Yeah.
because like otherwise you're gonna have to cut out stuff that you need. Uh, you know. But
Yeah.
going on to horror type characters, we were only saying this last week. Mads Mikkelsen plays a lot of villains, and apparently he's getting a non-hero villain role in
Rogue One.
Rogue One. But apparently he's up for a villainous role in Doctor Strange. Uh,
Could we
my,
finally have a good Marvel villain?
hmm, I have a feeling he might be Dormammu.
Well, well, Loki.
Loki was kind of like in between. He can like
Yeah,
he's ultimately
he's a bit,
self-serving, but
uh, he's a bit anti-villain.
yeah. But like a scenery chewing villain we haven't really had.
Yeah,
Like I'd still vouch for Ultron, but not. I'm not the
oh, he
majority with
chewed
that.
scenery. Yeah, he did kind. Ultron kind of chewed scenery. It's just his plans and the overall plot didn't make that much sense.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
didn't really.
Uh,
It wasn't something to capture the attention. Like,
yeah,
He
I
had some good kind of like lines, but overall he just wasn't a fleshed out villain.
yeah.
no.
I think James Spader could have done more with him, given more.
If he was given the right material, but
Yeah.
I wonder, like, how much ended up on the cutting room floor in
Apparently a
well,
lot
regards to
more than
him.
we know.
there was
Uh,
even that great line in the trailer that wasn't in that movie. You know, the one like talking about it's supposed to be a symbol of hope. People would look in the sky, and then in the trailer it goes, "That's what I'll take from them first." And in
yeah,
the actual movie, that line is changed. It's not as effective.
yeah.
And you're going like, it just seems to be like, how in final edit did the writing get worse?
That's almost a kind of wink and nod to Firefly.
Huh, okay.
You can't take your sky from me.
Yeah,
But no. My guess would be Dormammu. It's the only one that
yeah.
you could have that doesn't like Baron Mordo is probably going to be the main villain in this one. They might set up Dormammu in the background as a kind of
He's
like
a tremendous actor and he's charismatic to boot. And I just like seeing him and getting. He seems to be getting so much high profile stuff. It's like everyone's been waiting for him to like stop being working on Hannibal, and it's like yes, get him now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad he's getting a lot of great work because his work on Hannibal was like probably the best CV he's ever gonna have.
Oh yeah. But it's a pity. It looks like they wanted to do a bit more before they finish up themselves though.
Oh
And
yeah,
Hannibal.
that's the nice thing. Like all of the main cast were like, yeah, we're doing great stuff on this. We
Yeah.
know what we're doing, and I'm sure there might be something later on down the road.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe if you Kickstarter or something.
Well, you don't know.
Yeah.
You shouldn't need Kickstarter for anything Mads Mikkelsen is involved in.
No,
Yeah.
I think they'll get financing. Yeah, it'll be either can like Netflix original programming. It could be Apple original programming. It seems to be that this week we found out that they're sneakily trying to get their own original shows and things like that on the road.
Sneaky, sneaky Apple.
Well, yeah, like apparently it's from the Top Gear lads. Apparently they were offered a lot of money to work with Apple, but Amazon swooped in.
Yeah.
Uh,
So that's the only way we found out is because they actually failed to get Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, he probably doesn't mind saying that either. Oh, you know who was looking for me? Apple. Power.
Yeah,
uh, uh,
you can just hear that arrogant git.
he's kind of enjoyable to watch. He's an arrogant.
Yeah, he does.
love that
I
show
don't think they
much
refrain
anyway.
from slagging him off in the
He
show. So
he
that kind
does
of
the
makes
kind of
up.
like arrogant buffoon kind of really well. He's made a complete career out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I think now he's actually really genuinely become a buffoon
yeah.
and super arrogant and kind of almost boorish.
What actually one thing we're considering that he had a problem with being politically correct. Um, one thing people are actually having a problem with the fact that they're bringing out the Killing Joke as an animation now, even though it's
Really?
been around for like
Young?
20 plus years, and that they say because Barbara gets shot in it, it's like it's a girl in the fridge storytelling, you know?
Oh, like gratuitous violence against women kind of thing.
Yeah, like as motivation for the hero.
I don't know. Like it's
I think
like
That,
you
an
get to
awful lot
see like
happens to James Gordon as well, and I think that's a slightly more.
that was like yeah,
That's more
like
depraved.
it
like
really is depraved. It's like he you kind of go in this one. The Joker is a psychopath,
Yeah.
a complete and out psychopath, someone who is mentally deranged,
Mm.
and even the way he's talking about it, it's still kind of almost like divorced from reality. He does something horrific, but still kind of like talking in almost like that it's no big deal.
Yeah. Like I understand everything. Like it's like
Oh yeah, I've
you're
done
not
a
seeing
terrible
the
thing,
truth.
but
I'm
I'm
seeing the truth.
talking
Like
about it in a almost like an in a a detached sort of way.
yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
There was the whole thing about like sanity is just the common denominator. Like
yeah,
it's like there's no such thing as insanity or like right and wrong. It's like how many people think the one thing at a time. Like it's a belief.
I can't see why. I think just people are trying to like complain about something for the sake of it.
Yeah, I think you can't take that too far, or we won't have any stories. Like I think balance by all means, but like something that's already been out for ages, and
It's
it's definitely more deep than just like a revenge story.
yeah.
It's it's like
I'm almost gonna go as far as say that whoever's complaining about it is of the mind that comics are for kids
yeah,
and they can't do anything kind of like horrible or
and it seems to be more of a feminine slant than.
I don't know because like
which is weird because like this is kind of Barbara Gordon's like rebirth almost. Like this is her time to shine
well
afterwards.
like
Like
she was a strong kind of female character and this horrific horrendous thing happens and she still kind of helps
Yeah,
become
yeah,
part of that world and is very a useful
and
character
you
and
have
a
it over
major character.
the Oracle character in the New 52. They just said that she got better, so she
Oh,
did spend it up well.
that, that's
worse.
that, that's
I think they were
that.
fair enough
I'd have
even.
more problems with that.
Yeah,
Yeah, because like Oracle is a great kind of stand-in for disabled people as well. Like,
yeah, and
Yeah,
also
that people who've gone through physical traumas and loss that they can still be really like valued members of these teams.
yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, that is even more demeaning.
and a lot of people were liking the Stephanie Brown version of Batgirl as well. Mm.
Yeah.
oh well.
And like Cassandra Cain could have came back. Everybody loved that version of Batgirl as well.
Mm.
So it's and Stephanie Brown was written. Her history was written out completely. Like no spoiler up until recently, and kind of restarted. Like so uh, weird choice.
Yeah, strange.
Yeah, but let's see. We'll get back onto like so. Mads is playing a villain, and apparently there's gonna no Hulk in Civil War. Uh, was that Hiccup?
Yeah.
God
Right.
bless you, man. Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saving him for something more, isn't it? Is that what they're saying?
I think he does take an awful lot of focus, and there's so much going on in Civil War.
Yeah. He's also kind of like the big kind of like if you have that character on any team, how are
Yeah,
you really going to beat a team that has him in the background?
yeah, he is kind of yeah. Once he yeah,
He kind of like
either he's gonna like start going off on his own and starting his own mess, and they'll both have to team up and forget about all the stuff, and they'll ruin the course of the movie.
yeah.
Or you'll join one side and they'll have a big advantage.
Yeah, I'm not like there's so many characters in the Civil War that I'm not gonna like get too upset about not seeing the Hulk in it.
Mm.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
might have to reference like why he's not there because it's so tied with the Avengers at this stage. But
yeah,
he's
but
still
he
like
has
he's
gone
right.
into hiding, so you just could say he doesn't want to have anything to do with them for a
Still
while.
no sign. You could
Yeah,
just do that.
yeah,
Yeah, if anything, I'd prefer if they kept it nice and tight, like because it is going to be a big sprawling thing anyway.
Yeah.
They should just focus as much as they could on just the two camps and not too many individuals. Like,
yeah. So, any rumors you've heard about the Guardians of the Galaxy coming in the middle of the fight and starting to dance off? Uh,
Would probably be making up.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think like Civil
it
War. I
wouldn't
don't
be a
think
good idea
Civil
for that
War is
to
the
happen
time
to Marvel.
when.
Wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah,
But and speaking of Marvel, there's been a lot of shakeups. First of all, that they're now going straight to reporting straight to
Disney.
Disney,
Yeah.
and also they've disassembled the creative committee. Uh, so it's Feige and his ad, administrative and community creative staff on their own. Like they've dropped Bendis and they've dropped
Joe Quesada.
Joe Quesada and other people like Dan Buckley, Alan Foyne. Uh, there maybe just think maybe it's a financial thing, maybe it's just trying to streamline it, or maybe there's just too many cooks in the kitchen. Like
Well, I think
Feige seems to care about the comics at least, so at least he's
yeah,
still there.
yeah,
I think he's reporting directly to Alan Horn, the head of Disney,
Yeah,
and like he just wanted to get away from the guy who runs Marvel Comics, Ike Perlmutter.
yeah,
Apparently, he's a very penny pinching kind of old school kind of guy
yeah,
who happens to
yeah.
be a billionaire, but is a penny pincher. He
yeah.
could
But you're not a
explain
millionaire for no reason.
at some press junket, like, why do the reporters get like two sodas instead of just the one?
Really?
Yeah. So this is kind of like, when you kind of get with that weird kind of crazy penny pinching,
Yeah,
and I've worked
Yeah,
with guys that earn huge money and will penny pinch in absurd ways.
yeah,
And like, yeah, so he'd be more of a blocker. You're trying to get things done, and this guy's like, just looking at, oh, but how much is that going to cost? But like, if we spend this extra like $100,000, we're
yeah,
gonna like make so much more money.
yeah,
But he just
yeah,
gets obsessed with that small amount. And in $100,000 or even half a million in a big movie like any of the Marvel ones,
yeah,
it's not much.
yeah.
yeah.
And
No,
so yeah, he just needs to get away. The creative thing I heard that the committee was that they were getting obsessed with these kind of like all this like continuity kind of stuff in the comics and not actually the movies.
yeah,
So they're
Yeah.
spending more time saying, listen, we're not really doing what you're doing. We're doing the Marvel film universe and the Marvel comic universes are still
Very
they
different
had
from
to be
one another.
quite
separate. They can
different.
influence each other, but they had to be separate.
Yeah. So
Uh,
it could be you could see more better Marvel movies going forward, or it could be just like the downward spiral of Marvel movies. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
mm,
Like the biggest downward spiral that will hit eventually is just time travels at a normal pace in like the cinematic universe. Like people
Yeah,
age.
when they do the kind of reboot, the reset.
mm.
They'll have to get new actors. It's going to be a complete
I think
mess trying
they just
to
move
change
on to
everyone.
have new actors playing the same roles, basically, to a point.
Mm. Though
Yeah.
to be fair, I think even Marvel are starting to age up their characters. Like after all, there is the opportunity to actually finally age Captain America to his proper age. They have him now as an old man, basically being an advisor. Like it's like kind of a Nick Fury character.
Yeah,
Uh,
Yeah.
um, that they are just on this page about Hulk being cut from Captain America. There's just this there's just this gif of like him bouncing Loki off the floor, continually running. It was actually taking my attention from of the stuff we were saying. It was like woo, I, but apparently in X-Men news, Liev Schreiber says he has heard about the possibility he might be in the new Wolverine, but he hasn't been approached. Though a lot of the fans are saying to him, and also Jackman has given a load of hints, and he, if there's going to be an old man Logan, he wouldn't mind being an old man Sabretooth. Uh,
Yeah.
again, like you're going to miss out on an awful lot of the characters, but that they could just take her in their own direction. Um, it could work. It could be horrible. Uh, the 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 Wolverine movies have been 50-50, maybe a little less.
yeah.
Uh,
Even the Wolverine, it's mostly good, but there's some silly stuff there.
I think the end with the did we need a Silver Samurai that was a mech?
Yeah, and just the
Uh,
whole I don't know bone marrow thing was just a bit mental.
yeah,
It's like, ugh.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm almost kind of like nonplussed about kind of the Wolverine movie, to be honest.
yeah. It,
Yeah, I
it
haven't
had it
really
had
been.
good parts. I think I would really not like him if they weren't going to do Old Man Logan to have Mariko back as his I mean not Mariko. What's her name? The other girl, the orphan. In
Jubilee?
what? No.
Jubilee.
In the film she was an orphan. Yukio. Yukio.
Yeah, she was
Uh,
good.
that was a nice team. I like that they bounce off each other well. Um,
You just
and
reminded
you
me.
do
I'm
see
going
her
to.
going off with him at the end of the movie, so maybe they're just hoping that they can have more adventures. Uh,
You
they got
just reminded me. I forgot to say as well. Speaking of child characters, I saw Kronos for the first time during the week.
yeah. What did you think?
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was really good. Really
Yeah,
good, like early effort from Del Toro.
yeah, and Perlman is quite good in it as well, even though he's kind of more of a just like a heavy in it.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's kind of the pathetic nephew
yeah,
guy who just can't stand up for himself until the very end. Like,
yeah,
but really good show. Sorry, I just remember like badass kid characters, and I think, oh, the girl in Kronos was pretty badass. So yeah,
but yeah. Well, speaking of young kids, you could take Hogarth from Iron Giant. They're doing an anniversary rollout of the Iron Giant at the moment,
yeah, I
and
saw the adverts on Facebook.
yeah, and so they said that Vin Diesel has said, "Don't be surprised if you see a sequel." Now,
And Brad Bird pretty quickly said, don't think it's going to happen.
yeah, well, I wouldn't want it to happen without Brad Bird. Now he's working on the Incredibles 2
Yeah.
now, which is something I was surprised didn't get a sequel well before now. If Cars got one,
He didn't have any kind of like stories. Like, I don't hardly have any ideas yet. And then,
practically ended it with the Underminer, who was basically like
yeah, but that's
their
almost like a
version of Mole Man.
Fantastic Four reference, really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And like, yeah, the Iron Giant I adore. Like, I remember, like, I had like this like crazy DVD that was like dual sided. One
mm,
was the 3 by 4 format version, and then the other one was the proper widescreen version.
yeah,
I remember just being in love with how beautiful it was, how great a story it was,
yeah.
and yeah, I can't wait to see it in high def. And like, I hope they do an actual theatrical screening of it here. But
Mm.
we,
I wonder will they add any more new scenes or anything?
I think there was supposed to be more scenes in that trailer. I think they mentioned that there's some new scenes put in.
Mm. But
That'd be nice.
I
Like
did see
the
a
Iron
while
Giant
ago
is
in
pretty well
the
paced, so
Sugar Club. I did see a while
I,
ago in
I
the
see
Sugar
what to
Club.
say.
Sorry,
What'd you say, Stephen?
I
What you
did
say? Look,
see it a while ago in the Sugar Club. Now that they do a lot of screenings there. It's actually a nice place. You got like a little tiered bar table, and they often do popcorn and you can drink there, like of course. But they do lots of nice screenings there. They were doing an animation Force Monday of every week, a month for a while. I don't know if it's stopped or what the story, but the first one they did was the Iron Giant. I went to see that one, and it just was surprised how much it's held up. Like I knew I loved it, but it's like really good to watch again. There was loads of bits I didn't remember quite well. Uh, and yeah, they had this little animation contest as well. They were doing between animators in the front. That was a good laugh. So I do suggest I do know one thing that's coming up in the Lighthouse soon is they're doing a vampire run. They're doing the Lost Boys, Bram Stoker's Dracula, The Two Blades as a double feature.
Oh, very nice. I like
Uh,
the fact that it's the two blades.
yeah, okay, yeah.
yeah.
Not last week. Uh, yeah, and what was it?
It has to have Near Dark. Near Dark is kind of like
I don't
a
know if they have
really,
Near Dark. They have Dust Till Dawn, though Near Dark would have been a good idea.
yeah.
Characters are
like
brilliant.
besides the like end, not the climax, but just
Yeah,
the end,
yeah,
like the resolution, you kind of going, that's a great movie.
yeah,
So well made.
yeah. And it was just one of those like Bill Pullman characters that sticks out amongst all of the other characters.
Bill Paxton.
Bill Pax. I always get them mixed up. That's Bill
Quite
Paxton.
different though.
What?
One's
Yeah,
kind of like
they,
Pullman's almost kind of bland, but Paxton is always like larger than life and very memorable characters that he
Yeah,
played.
yeah. See, James, they both have Bill in their name. That's the problem.
very
Oh,
similar.
once
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, Bill, whatever.
Yeah. You remember the difference between Bill Pullman in Independence Day and in Casper? Like how much gruff he made his voice to be the airplane Jeff Whiting president of the United States compared to being this like hapless dad
He played a
turned
child
harmless.
killer in Torchwood, didn't he?
Who?
Bill.
Yeah, he was a child killer, and he didn't really sell it. Me, really.
No, he's supposed to be like this ultra creepy, and he was just kind of more weird and wimpy.
Yeah, he was still Bill Pullman.
Yeah. And then
Oh,
Paxton was in Agents of Shield.
yeah, and again having a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh no, he was one of the best things about that season.
And
Uh,
I think I was saying I was rewatching that Edge of Tomorrow or Live, Die, Repeat,
yeah,
and he's in that as a drill sergeant, and he is phenomenal in it.
yeah. I think it's still called Edge of Tomorrow, but that's the sub. That's like the slogan.
Yeah,
Died repeat.
Bill
Uh,
Paxton was the mustache guy, was he?
yeah.
All right, yeah, he was pretty good. I
he
liked
was
him.
Mustache Dad from Twilight. Uh,
That
I love
was the
when
guy from
characters.
Twilight. Are you
What?
serious?
What?
Was he in
That was.
Twilight?
No. There's a character like
Oh, all
the
right.
main character's dad is just referred to as Mustache Dad.
Yeah, yeah,
The
Yeah.
yeah.
worst parent ever because he lets all this shit go.
But yeah, like Paxton is a great kind of like he had even his like tiny bit in like the first Terminator film. He still kind of he sticks out a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, so much so like it was a pity they couldn't like digitize his young face on the new one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, and,
because I think people would have got more of a kick out of that than actually having the young Arnold CGI.
yeah,
Yeah.
true enough. But speaking of legends, Bill Murray has opened up about why he decided to be a cameo on the new Ghostbusters. That's pretty much what we were thinking. It's our respect for Melissa McCarthy and Kirsten Wiig. Apparently, he was
Yeah,
quite fond as well, which he said he deliberated about what for a while, but he said like, here these are great talents, and apparently quite likes him. Paul, he says he's a real nice fellow. Paul Feig is
yeah.
behind it. Uh,
Like I adore the original Ghostbusters, and this one like does smack of something that I'm not probably gonna enjoy
mm,
as much, but I think the people are trying to do the best out of a bad situation. They know they're gonna be damned on it.
yeah, well,
And even
yeah,
he
like
says,
I've
I
said
don't
this.
want to be part of the reason why they get so much bad abuse.
Yeah,
So he says, I will do it, have my little cameo. And he seems to like what he did.
yeah,
And like the film will stand up, I think. If it's good, I think people will be won over.
yeah, yeah. No, even if it's not our generation, maybe it's just for who new cinema goers, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I kind of rather this version than like a Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum version.
yeah. It would seem
Yeah.
kind of like a kind of like it may be a very embarrassing last stand. Like there's good last movies like say I want to say Lethal Weapon 4, but
Haven't seen it.
That did kind of end in a way, though. It kind of like did sign off.
yeah, and also it did all the good things like made Riggs feel old.
Yeah.
you know, it was like
At last.
you know
That Murtaugh, wasn't it? Yeah, Riggs and Murtaugh, yeah.
yeah. So and you got really got the feeling that he was overall is like angsty I want to kill myself stuff. Like he'd come around like he's about to have his own family, like he's settled down with Rennie Russo's character, like it's yeah, it's like, and then like they're both get they really they both like have to fight till they're in absolute bits to fight Jet Li's character.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
you would.
Yeah. So it's not the old rigs where you could like do some kind of like grappling moves on his on Murtaugh's wet lawn, like
Yeah,
this is no
get crazy Gary Busey.
fighting, you know, and
Yeah,
they're both old as shit. Uh, like he even had a sight on his gun, which was the big thing about that character. He was such a he was so
marksman.
good at aim. Like he's awesome with guns. Like so, um, and we've got Colin Farrell in the trailer for The Lobster, which is an odd idea. Uh,
Yeah,
have you heard about this one, Evan?
I think it did well
I
at the time, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think I actually heard about this one. This isn't the Terry Gilliam one, is it? Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Sorry.
No, it's probably something else.
Got some Greek-sounding guy, Lanthimos.
Yeah.
No, I think I remember it being mentioned in a Cracked article, and there was a Terry Gilliam one at the same time. That's why I was getting mixed
Yeah.
up. But I think I've heard about this one.
Well, basically, it sounds very Korean because there's Korean legends like people with broken hearts turn into animals, animal spirits. But there was an animated movie I saw from Korea a while ago. I went to in Cineworld, and it was like the moo cow and the satellite girl, and it was basically this satellite that becomes sentient and a girl, and somehow ends up bringing love to this poor lad that's being actually turned into this big anthropomorphic moo cow, and he could be milked even though he's obviously a man cow. I don't get it. Anyway, and then there's a dog that can drive a car even though it's not meant to be anthropomorphic.
Okay.
It's a weird movie. It was a lot of fun actually. I quite liked it. But yeah, this is like basically like if he goes to this some kind of hideaway, and if he doesn't find love by the end of it, he gets turned into an animal, and he's chosen to become a lobster. And he brings his dog, who it turns out was his brother, and went through the same thing a couple of years ago. As you know
It
from your
sounds
brother.
intriguing to say the least,
Yeah,
though.
Yeah.
it's one of those films like that pops up every now and again, like being John Malkovich, or
Yeah.
that just the premise is just too interesting not to check out. Like it's or one thing I haven't seen is that movie Rubber. Have you heard of that one?
The
No.
at the tire.
About the sentient psychokinetic toy? Yes,
Yeah, it's kind of mental.
you have seen it.
Yeah,
Okay. Uh,
it is. It's kind of like Spike Jones took a lot of acid and then suddenly like, yo, made this movie. I can't remember who directed it, but yeah,
I think it was some French lad.
yeah, but it's really well made and shot.
Yeah.
Like it's a very crystallized idea of something crazy.
But have you ever seen that pilot that Dan Harmon made?
You mean are
Uh,
you thinking about what Heat Vision and Jack?
yeah,
I love Heat Vision and Jack.
Aviation Jack was brilliant. I wish that became a thing.
Yeah,
Like, have you heard of this one, Evan?
No.
It's basically this guy this astronaut gets he's an astronaut played by
Jack
Jack
Black.
Black. He
By
goes into
who? Say
space.
again.
Jack Black.
Oh yeah.
An astronaut played by Jack Black. Get your head around that. Okay, but he goes into space and he gets his mind expanded, but it only really hits him at night. So he becomes a super genius at night,
Yeah.
and then he gets attacked by not only a villain, but a villain who is the TV show's version of the actor who plays him, Don Silver. Have you ever seen Time Cop?
No.
Plays a malevolent version of himself.
Yes, who's a super villain,
Yeah, he's
right?
the guy chasing him.
And he goes after him when he's with his stoner mate, who's played by Owen Wilson, right? And attacks him with some kind of laser ray, and somehow the laser ray puts his stoner mate's consciousness in his motorbike, and he calls himself the motorbike. So him and Heath Vision and Jack go in a Hulk style. Go around America, having adventures with Don Silver chasing after them.
Yeah. It's inspired madness, but again, yeah.
Sounds interesting, all right.
But Ben
It's a
Stiller was
great
behind
pilot. It's a great pilot.
it, but it never got made into a series.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
It would have been hard
It's
sell.
sad that it isn't though. That's
It
the
is
thing.
sad. So sometimes you need the more out there ideas to come like I
I just
eh,
think it was ahead of its time.
yeah.
I don't think the world was ready for Heat.
Mm,
No.
I just love the kind of like the kind of like buzz line for it, like knowledge is power.
yeah.
And just the way they say it, like they just went for it.
It's a nice like kind of like 80s spoof at the heart of it, like
Oh
you
yeah, like it's pure
talking
$6 million man on crack
for,
cocaine.
and it's such a Hulk fugitive template. The weird thing about the Hulk TV series is basically like if the fugitive was mutated. It was
Yeah,
more
that
about
pretty much is
the
it.
fugitive than it was about the Hulk. You know, it was basically the fugitive, but with David Banner in it, not Bruce Banner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the execs in the TV studio told were Stanley, who was pretty much in charge of television at the time. They told him like Bruce sounds too homosexual,
Uh,
so that's what they changed the character's name to David Banner.
Good.
They gave him the middle name Bruce, but anyway, but yeah, apparently there's a chance Daniel Craig might not return. He seems weary of how big these movies are, the Bond movies. Uh, I think unless like the next one really improves on the series, like if he's seen a step up from Spectre, he might not want to come back. I
yeah,
think
It's easy to
he's
forget. It's easy to forget he's been doing it for such a long time at this point.
yeah.
yeah.
And he's
And there was a bit of a gap between Quantum of Solace and Skyfall as well.
yeah, but he's
That
getting older.
Emperor
Like
Bankrupt, was that the fault of that?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah,
And maybe they wanted to they were holding off to see if they could get the rights to Spectre, and then just
there was
uh,
the guy who had the rights to Spectre. Like like there's a litigation and court cases galore, and they came to an agreement with the estate. I think.
yeah. Roald Dahl sued Ian Fleming for the rights to Chi Chi Bang Bang. And, sorry, I can't finish that. Anyway, it was weird to think Ian Fleming was behind Chi Chi Bang Bang.
oh dear.
Uh,
Well, everyone needs an outlet.
Yeah,
uh, but yeah, no, that it's fair enough. Like if he really thinks he can't bring us a new Bond each time. Like at least
this is
he's
bearing
committed
out.
to having the energy for it. Like if he like there were the couple of the last um Brosnan Bonds weren't looking well.
Yeah, I think Brosnan kind of got short shrift. They were still doing the goofy, campy, awful special effects kind of
Yeah,
Bonds.
and Die Another Day was, story wise was rubbish.
Yeah,
But like, uh, but,
but you know,
well, speaking of good
So
things
do I.
for this Christmas, there's an adorable and functional BB-8 toy coming out for Christmas, and it's like it looks like the best like it
this
urinates on
thing
a
is
height
gonna.
urinates on a height onto Furbies, and it looks brilliant.
It looks
Pete Men
phenomenal.
will want these.
I do want it very much. It's expensive though. It's not cheap.
No, it's about 100, 150, and I'm not even entirely sure it'll work on anything but Apple gear to
Oh,
control
I
the
think
App
they
Store.
have. Yeah, and also Disney owns Star Wars, and they're tied to Apple in a big way. So
Yeah.
good, God knows they might stick it to Android people.
Yeah, and it seems like it'd work. It's a Droid for Android users.
Exactly. Oh my goodness, because I think actually, one of the early Android phones by Motorola was called Droid, and
Yeah,
they actually had to do a licensing deal with Lucasfilm to call it the Droid.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Android I think is kind of termed by Philip K. Dick or something along those lines.
It's
Yeah,
it's 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 a composite of like andros, which is man.
Yeah,
I can't remember the part that makes it mechanical because gynoid is the same version of in a woman form.
yeah,
mm.
But yeah, I never really caught that. Droid is a very Star Wars thing.
Oh,
yeah.
has
Never
anybody
really thought of it. Like I just
You got it
never realized.
early with the copyright. I think you can almost prove previous can prior art
mm,
on it, but that one seemed to have stuck.
mm.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
yeah, this will be. I think even with the price tag, it's going to be the toy to get this Christmas.
Oh yeah, and there's more expensive stuff like for kids and kidly adults.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
kids were getting PlayStations and Xboxes,
yeah,
and this thing is almost like a bargain. If a kid really wants this instead of a PlayStation, they're going to go for this.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's going to be kids and adults. Like if we're going to go, oh, I want this so bad.
And it does look like it has a lot of character to it. If the videos are to be taken as how it works generally,
Yeah,
it looks like it's actually a little character going around your house, like rather than just something that's just doing a few autonomous things, like
yeah.
like
I,
uh,
I, I do. I was quite taken with it.
yeah,
I think they've the design is kind of like interesting, and but I do prefer the R2 kind of like
yeah.
design.
Oh, but when you see the real life model, they're using a real life
So that's what I mean in terms of like getting it into your kind of like good graces when you see the actual working like set version.
yeah.
You go, holy heck, that's some amount of technology in that, and it's so impressive.
Yeah. And like
Yeah.
even like we kind of got sick of CGI. Like it was just too fancy. Like this is like something like you could have in your own house. Like there's a little bit of charm of seeing this like in real life, walking around like or rolling around in this case.
Yeah,
Uh,
like films were being marketed on like the amount of CGI they had, not like we have such amazing visuals, but you're not going to know the difference.
yeah,
Like it's all like, oh yeah, this. Like Mad Max had a lot of CGI, but it was so seamless that you don't notice it at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
only reason I'm meant to notice it.
Whoa, what was that?
We're having a bit of an echo.
Oh yeah, we are.
I'm fine. You're both sounding pretty good. I just
I
didn't hear
heard
what you said.
myself in the Netscape here.
Yeah,
Did you think you were a ghost again?
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
We're in the
Why is that
ether.
here?
Ooh, we're 21.
Oh
Ah.
yeah. Someone asked me
Whoa.
for my ID going into a nightclub.
Yeah. Eh,
What are you doing to us, Hangouts?
I, I see James. Did you know he's James? He's walking around like the thing. You're not James.
I feel like I'm in a Philip K. Dick film now.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
turn off.
What is real? What is not?
Can you tell
Fucking
me if you can
Scanner
hear me?
Darkly here for me.
Hear an echo when I turn it back on?
Are you turning it off and on again?
Yeah, I turned it off there. Did you hear me echo? Or maybe it's someone else's speakers.
Yeah, I can hear you echoing again.
Hello, hello. Did I echo there?
Yeah.
I did echo some.
I'm not echoing. I don't think.
No, so it possibly Evan.
For me to pick off and come back again.
Yeah, if you would. See we.
Right.
Right. It's just a way to get rid of him. Oh no, it's still there.
Thought he'd never leave.
No.
Is it still echoing?
It is though, yeah. It's really disconcerting. I tell you what. I'll just say Devin. Oh, he's back now. Anyway.
Hello.
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 I'm gonna
Hello.
because I was still there.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm guessing you can. You like can't.
I am echoing still.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Shall we jump out and jump back in?
I'll jump back in. Oh, I'll start a new one if I jump back over.
Hang out, you weirdo, you goddamn weirdo.
Hello.
Yeah, I hear you echo now.
Yeah, so can I. Hello. Can you hear me there, James?
Hello.
Oh. Ta-da. I think it's gone.
What's happening now?
I think it's gone.
Evan is forlorn. I don't think he's feeling the love at all.
Oh,
He
okay.
can't hear us at all.
Try and leave.
Do it again. Do it one more time.
Me? Yeah, I'm still out.
Yeah. You can jump out. I'll stay here.
Yeah, I don't know if that works because I was the one that started.
All right. Do you want me to jump out and jump back in and see what
I
happens?
don't think that'll make any difference. So.
Hang on, Evan's here.
Oh, there I am. 1 second.
How's it going?
I got the video.
Can you hear us?
The floating head.
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm still.
Echoing as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start a new.
Okay.